Welcome to class SS2 Commerce students. In today's class, we'll be treating the history of the Nigerian capital market. And by the end of the lesson, you should be able to explain the history of the Nigerian capital market. You should be able to define the Nigerian capital market. You should be able to explain the history of the Nigerian capital market with reference to the 1946 development loan stock, the 1957 local trustees power, the 1960 Lagos Stock Exchange, and the 1962 Capital Issues Commission. The Nigerian capital market is defined as a market where long and medium-term securities are being bought and sold. The history of the Nigerian capital market can be traced back to the colonial era, when the then British government decided to raise funds from the public to finance government administration. Previously, funds that were used for government administration were obtained from agricultural produce, from marketing produce, and from solid minerals such as mining. Also, local government mobilize funds through other means of payments like taxation and so on. Now, the first step towards raising funds from the public started in the 1946 through what is called the Development Loan Stock or the Development Loan Ordinance. Now, the British government issued a development loan stock with maturity between 10 to 15 years, and what they floated a development loan stock was 300,000 naira, and it beared an interest rate at 3/4% for financing their government administration. The loan stock was duly subscribed, but local participation was minimal. In 1957, the local trustees power was inaugurated, and this trustees power was meant to schedule clearly or clearly define the powers and responsibilities of trustees involved in the local development loan stock ordinance. Also, in 1957, a committee was established called the Baba Committee of 1958. This committee was established to foster the share market of Nigeria and encourage local participation in Nigerian financial markets, and also establish a capital market, a well-developed capital market in Nigeria. The committee recommended the improvement of facilities in dealing in shares and establishment of rules and regulation in the transfer and measures for encouraging savings and issues of shares in Nigeria. As part of the recommendation of the committee recommended the General Loan Stock Act of 1957, the Local Loan Act of 1957, and the establishment of the Central Bank of Nigeria in 1958. Remember, the Central Bank of Nigeria kickstarted its operation in 1959. 1960 Lagos Stock Exchange. The Lagos Stock Exchange was established in 1960, September 15 to be precise. The Lagos Stock Exchange was incorporated as a limited company under the Lagos Stock Exchange Act of 1960, and its main aim was to confer monopoly power on its members to deal in the exchange of securities. It allowed for the Central Bank of Nigeria to be the apex monitoring financial institution to monitor directly the exchange of securities in Nigeria. The Lagos Stock Exchange was later converted to the Nigerian Stock Exchange as we now know it. In 1962, the Capital Issues Commission was established. The commission was established to encourage the issue of shares to the general public. The Capital Issues Committee was also constituted to examine and recommend the establishment of an apex monetary institution for the growing capital market. In 1963, the Commission's decree was promulgated and makes the Capital Issues Committee to become the apex regulatory body in the Nigerian capital market. In 1977, the name of the Lagos Stock Exchange was changed to the Nigerian Stock Exchange, and in 1978, the Security Exchange Decree promulgated to replace the Capital Issues Commission expanded the scope, and that later gave birth to the inauguration of the Nigerian Stock Exchange and the inauguration of a committee to oversee the activities, which was the Securities and Exchange Commission. We've come to the end of today's lesson. If you have any question, please drop me the question and answer section. Thank you.